keeping in touch. Do what you can. And if you do that as a generation, you may well be surprised, like so many who've gone before you, of how much can change and how quickly it can change. This university understands change very well because in a mere 50 years, it's grown from a place where a handful of fairly hairy students in the 60s wandered around the loch and one hall of residence on a kind of camping expedition to what we know today, a growing, confident, respected place of learning with high academic standards and with a spirit of friendliness that is striking to people who come here for the first time, always. We hope it's going to have a special place in your minds and your hearts as you go from here if you are leaving. You're automatically members of the Alumni Association from this day forward, as the saying goes, and we do want you to remain part of the university family, whether you're going to be working up the road or going home or heading for another continent far away. You will take our best wishes with you, our hopes, and our thanks for what you've brought to this place in the last few years. We're nearly at the point when it is those who were born in this century who will start to be responsible in science, in education, in business, in the arts, and in sport, in every area of society, for the life and character of this century, perhaps aware of how much can be learned from the mistakes made in the course of the last one. So enjoy this moment, remember it, and wherever you're bound, taking our best wishes with you, just do what you can as best you can. Thank you all, and good luck. It's now my pleasure to call upon Professor Judith Phillips, who's Deputy Principal here for Research, to deliver her address to you. Professor Phillips.
Thank you. Chancellor, Principal, University Secretary, graduands, families and friends, good afternoon and a very warm welcome to this special 50th anniversary ceremony for the conferment of degrees and other awards for the Faculty of Social Sciences. Welcome also to those who join me today on the platform, members of the University Court, representatives from the Students' Union and our staff, and of course to our distinguished honorary graduate, Stirling's own Emeritus Professor of English Studies, Angela Smith. The strength of Stirling is our people. People like Angela who give so much back to the university community. Angela has helped to establish an ongoing connection for our retired staff with the Stirling University Retired Staff Association. We will be hearing more about Angela and from Angela later in the ceremony. Today marks an important milestone in your life, and it is a particularly special year to be graduating as we celebrate our 50th anniversary. As you wait to come up on stage, I'm sure you're experiencing a mix of emotions. Many of you will feel excited, perhaps a little relieved, but most of all, I hope you feel a sense of achievement. Congratulations to each and every one of you on your success. It is very well deserved. This afternoon, we celebrate the achievements of you, our students, but we also celebrate the combined efforts of university staff, friends and parents who have given emotional, moral, and I'm sure in no small measure, financial support to help you, our students, successfully complete your studies. So I think we owe a very big round of applause to you and to all those who have guided and supported you in reaching this important day. Before the conferment of degrees begins, I'd like to remind you of the journey you've been on during your time here at the university, from your first night in student residences, to Freshers' Weeks, nights out in FUBAR and the Students' Union, to cramming in late-night writing sessions to meet your dissertation deadline, Today, you may have reached the end of that journey, but the day itself is not an ending. It's the beginning of an adventure filled with accomplishments and successes yet to be imagined. Education doesn't end with graduation, and today marks a beginning for you to share the knowledge you've gained to the benefit of others and to imagine those new possibilities. As educationalist Ken Robinson said, we live in worlds that we have forged and composed. It's much more true than any other species that you see. One of the most distinctive features of human intelligence is the capacity to imagine, to project out of our own immediate circumstances, and to bring to mind things that aren't present here and now. According to scientists, based on weight ratios to wing power and wind resistance, the bumblebee should be aerodynamically incapable of flight. But the bumblebee doesn't actually know that, so it flies anyway. It's the same for us. We are all born with extraordinary powers of imagination, and when you don't know your limitations, you can go out and actually surprise yourself. In the words of Nelson Mandela, in receiving an exceptional education, an individual embraces a responsibility to foster such opportunities for others. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. At Stirling, we embrace our responsibility to make a difference to the global communities we serve and to provide an exceptional education that equips our students and graduates with the skills to be able to go out and change the world for the better. Today marks the beginning of a new journey for you, armed with the analytical and critical thinking skills you acquired during your studies here. The word graduation has its origins in the Latin gradus, meaning step. And when you walk across the stage in a few minutes, you'll be taking the first step on that journey of immense opportunity. You may encounter, or you will encounter, obstacles, but just remember, it takes a great deal of heat and pressure for a piece of coal to be transformed into a diamond. You have already withstood pressure in order to achieve your academic qualification, and you now have the life skill to help achieve your goals. Stirling has always prided itself as an institution which supports our students to realise their full potential. And today, I look around the room and I see the next generation of teachers, social workers, experts working with people with dementia, criminologists and sociologists. Many of you will go into careers which require compassion, patience, and the ability to teach and guide others. Harness what you have learned here and use your degree to make a difference to the lives of others. Stirling graduates